Well, the game of football has taught me so many things, man. Now, think about the huddle we have right now, right? I tell people this all the time. There's a reason why they call it a huddle. People have been huddling all their lives, trying to find ways to enhance each other's lives. The great teams do that all the time. The great teams do that. The better the huddle, the better the team. And so it's simple, man, how if you huddle for all the right reasons, we wouldn't have Ferguson. We wouldn't have some of the challenges that we have in our society. But as we all know, there's always a moment when somebody doesn't belong in the huddle. And yet we have to continue to move on. We got to continue to play. So the game of life, man, is always starting with the huddle. And for me, I'm lucky enough to know that, by the graces of God, man, it's been a nice huddle. It's been a nice huddle. And if I just keep making sure that he's in front of me, I'm gonna be all right.
Welcome to footballgameplan.com, where football makes sense. I'm Emory Hunt, the czar of the playbook, bring you our preview of the 2016 AutoNation Cure Bowl between the Central Florida Knights and the Arkansas State Red Wolves. And we're going to start this video off by taking a look at our keys to victory. Let's start with Central Florida in this ball game. I think it's going to be key that they own the line of scrimmage on offense. They've had some issues in protection from a passing standpoint, but they're based off their running game, so their offensive line has to continue to do a great job up front in opening up holes, and they're facing a very tough defensive line in the Red Wolves. Also, they have to press on the outside. I think if they can just show press, they don't have to be in man or zone, just playing close to the line of scrimmage throws off the timing of that Red Wolves passing game, and that way they can rally up, make a tackle, and get off the field. And also, Central Florida has to avoid those self-inflicted wounds. Penalties has killed this team. They'll put this offense in backed up situations. They'll extend drives on third down because of a selfless penalty. So again, avoiding those self-inflicted wounds could have the Golden Knights win this ball game. And for the Red Wolves in this game, I think it's about being gap sound and gap disciplined defensively. If they can stop the running game of Central Florida and force the team to throw the football more often than they want to me, that's a win for Arkansas State. And offensively, it's about identifying the blitz. They're going to see a ton of pressure coming off the edge from outside linebackers, from corners, from safeties. They have to be able to identify the blitz in order to have some success. And offensively, still, it's about making it a track meet. I love their offense. I love how they're able to push the tempo and push the pace downfield, but they have to be able to pay off with points inside the red zone and make this game a track meet. I think if they can put points up on the board quickly and often, it's going to force Central Florida to break their tendencies. The biggest X factor in this ball game for Central Florida will be their ability to make things happen inside the red zone. I think their offense does a great job 20-20, but once they get inside the red zone, they tend to sputter, they tend to struggle, and they end up settling for threes and not touchdowns. That can't happen, obviously, against a team like Arkansas State. And for the Red Wolves, I think they have to find that offensive consistency. I think at times they tend to play a little bit too fast for their own good, more worried about getting set up and getting the snap off quickly. But if they can get to the line of scrimmage quickly, get into the right play, take their time, I think their offense can find that consistency. So therefore, they can play consistent offense throughout the course of a game, because if they allow themselves to lose possessions to Central Florida, that's where their running game takes over, and that's how they're ending up winning these ball games. So if I'm Arkansas State, it's about playing fast but not rushing their offense to have some success. Now here's a look at some of the 2017 NFL Draft prospects you want to keep an eye on in this ball game. Outstanding defensive focus for both teams. Shaquille Griffin, DJ Killings, two outstanding corners that will play big-time roles, not only in the coverage standpoint, but also in what pressure they're able to bring coming off the edge. And Drico Johnson is an outstanding safety. For Arkansas State, Chris Odom and Waylon Robinson, two outstanding defensive linemen that will look to live on the opposite side of the line of scrimmage.
I like Arkansas State in this ball game. They started the season off with a very good offense, but their defense wasn't where it needed to be. They finally started to meet together in the middle, which is why they went on that long 6-game winning streak, winning 7 out of their last 8. I think in this ball game, their defensive line will do a great job in forcing Central Florida to break their tendencies early, which will put the ball back in the hands of their explosive offense, and they'll be able to capitalize, ultimately leading them to a victory in the Cure Bowl.